Okay, so hello everybody, Marty Grunder here, and we're doing a call via Uvu, which is a wonderful piece of technology that I use to grow my business, and I'm here with Mark Sanborn, the best-selling author, speaker, teacher, and friend. And Mark, we're going to be doing the Business Growth Summit in Chicago in November, and you and I are both excited to have some time on, together there. And so I thought I'd grab you today and talk a little bit about in person what we're going to teach there. So tell me, in terms of what you're looking forward to, some of the lessons you're going to share with the attendees of the Business Growth Summit in Chicago.
You bet, Marty. Well, first, I'm really looking forward to collaborating with you because, you and I have become friends and we respect each other's business models and we complement each other's work. We had an opportunity here in my office in Lone Tree, Colorado to work together a few months ago, and that's really what gave birth to this idea. You're a practitioner in the landscape business that you run. I've been a practitioner of leadership for over 25 years. The national president of two different organizations. Like you, I serve on boards. Like you, I meet payroll. And really what it's about for me is this. I've never met anybody that said, one day I was out strolling, taking a walk, and I ended up on top of Mount Everest. Never happens.
I love that.
Yeah, you end up on top of Mount Everest with a lot of planning and hard work and preparation. And I think that today too many business people are out taking a walk thinking they're going to get lucky and end up on top of Mount Everest. Business growth has got to be intentional. You don't grow accidentally. You might grow periodically because you get lucky. But by and large, in the kind of marketplace most of us do business, you're going to be in one of three situations. Either you're going to be flat and declining because you do what you've always done. Number two, you're going to grow by taking market share from your competition. Or number three, and the least likely of that is there's going to be an increased demand never before seen for whatever it is you sell, your product or service. I prefer number two. It's a lot more predictable, and that is to become better at how you lead your business, how you sell, how you serve, how you market, and not just become lean operationally, because J. Paul Getty said you don't save your way to a fortune. You've got to be cautious and frugal, but you can't save your way to a fortune. You have to earn a fortune, and that's what this summit is all about.
Now, we're going to have all kinds of people from all walks of life. We're going to have landscapers there. We'll have plumbers. We'll have bankers. We'll have leaders from all areas. And you wrote a great book called You Don't Need a Title to Be a Leader. And, I can almost hear you talking in my sleep. I've studied so much of your work and everything, truly a fan. But what do you mean by that? You don't need a title to have a leader. I mean, we're talking about leadership here. And give me your thoughts on that, because I think those are so powerful.
Most organizations try to have good leaders at the top, and certainly that's important. If you're an entrepreneur or you're a working manager, you want to be a good leader. But there is something far more powerful than just having good leaders at the top of your organization, and that is having leaders at every level, whether or not they have a title. And by that, I mean people that know two things. Number one, when is it appropriate for me to lead? Maybe I'm in engineering, maybe I'm in customer service, maybe I'm in operations, maybe I'm in sales. But when is it appropriate for me to lead, and then how do I do it? And one of the things we'll talk about at the Business Growth Summit is that to increase your ROI, your return on investment, that's a bottom line figure, you've got to start at the top line, which is improving the quality of your relationships, your outcomes, and then suggesting and implementing improvements. Relationships, outcomes, improvements, that acronym ROI is what leads to a great return on investment. That means you've got to teach your people how to be little L leaders. You may be listening today and say, hey, I'm the owner. I got my name on the door. This is my business. Terrific. You're a big L leader. You're charged with leading. But everybody at every level, whether you've got 2 people or 200 people, they need to know and understand that they too can make a positive difference, and they need to know how to do it.
Now, we're going on this call. We're kind of going through our agenda that we're going to spend the day. So we're going to open it up with you, Mark, and you're going to talk about the very thing you just talked about. You don't need a title to be a leader. Start from where you're at. Start leading. I'm going to give a discussion on who is your ideal client. And you and I have talked about this. I mean, even when we've been to dinner or we've experienced doing business with someone else, we've had some funny calls, some very frustrating with you and I. And one of the things we're going to teach there that I'm going to focus on is that concept of who is your ideal client. And it really is interesting at how few entrepreneurs actually take the time to identify who their ideal client is and then strategically set that business up to serve all those ideal clients. It probably wasn't until about 1998, while running my landscaping company, which now is a multi-million-dollar operation, one of the most successful ones in the Midwest, that I realized the importance of finding who my ideal client was. Because I found, Mark, once you identify who that ideal client is, everything kind of gets set up towards that. The type of person that you hire, the type of marketing that you do. For us, the type of equipment that you buy, the facility, the software. And gosh, there's so much that goes into identifying an ideal client that's a part of leadership. You know, that's an incredible part of this journey, and we're gonna spend a lot of time talking about that. We're then going to go into something you call the piano effect. Talk to me about what the piano effect is. Yes.
Well, I don't want to give too much away. That wouldn't be good marketing and advertising. But I will tell you this. The piano effect is absolutely essential if you're going to have a competitive advantage in the marketplace. I'll just give the listeners today a clue. It's what makes you significantly different than your competition. And the good news is it doesn't have to cost a lot of money. Sometimes it doesn't cost any money. But if you're just the same as everyone else, that means that it's only an issue of price. And you'll live in a diminished world where the lowest price gets the business. And by the way, I come out of advertising and marketing, and I can tell you that you can always buy market share with low price, but you can't own it. The people that always compete on price, eventually it catches up with them. You've got to find a way to truly add value, and we're going to talk about, there are at least 6 different ways to add value. I'm going to teach very specifically with real-world examples of my clients and your clients that have learned how to add value, not necessarily spending much money to do it. And we're also going to talk about how to both sell and serve clients, because most people don't understand that sales doesn't create a customer.
No.
Selling creates a transaction. When somebody gives you their money once, they've transacted business with you. Customer, if you go back to what the word originally meant, it literally means to be accustomed to. The only way you get a customer is by having ongoing contact and follow-up and creating the kind of emotional bond that people keep coming back and spending more money with you. Now, I know what some people are thinking. They're thinking, oh, come on, Marty and Mark, how are you going to cover all this stuff? Well, it's going to be a very jam-packed day. But the one thing I want to impress upon people is we're going to give you a chance to apply this to your business. This isn't just you and I standing in front of a room lecturing. We're going to work with you. We're going to let you and the people in the room work together so that when you leave, you won't just have the concept. You'll have a plan for implementing this so that it becomes a concrete reality. And that, to me, is the test of a good seminar. Not how entertaining or amusing it was or how many notes you took, but will it help you grow your business? And you and I are both very confident because of our past experiences in using these ideas. It will indeed help you grow your business.
I wish the seminar were tomorrow. I get excited listening to you, Mark, and we've spent so much time together learning and growing ourselves. I can't wait to put this event on. Really, let's just wrap this up. There's a whole lot of reasons people should go. It's in Chicago. It's November, the night of the 19th. If they want to come in early, it's all day on the 20th. Chicago's a great place to get your Christmas shopping done. We're in the nice Lincolnshire Marriott, which is a little bit off the beaten path, just about 20 minutes from O'Hare International Airport. A lot to like. Very nice Marriott hotel. This isn't going to be a seminar with 500 people in it. I mean, everyone is actually going to get a piece of me and you, which I think is a pretty unique thing. And if you look at the investment that we're asking for this, I mean, you know, neither you or I are into this hocus pocus, you know, take a magical pill and everything, your business is going to be great tomorrow. That's not what you and I sell. But I truly believe anybody that comes to Chicago and spends a day with us is going to go in being maybe a little skeptical. I think they're going to be shocked at what you and I are going to be able to share with them and give them that personal improvement plan to go on their own. What else are we missing here that maybe everybody should know about and get to see us in Chicago?
You know, I would say it's about come in with some passion and some initiative. If you're willing to do the work, we'll give you the plan. You don't have to reinvent the wheel. We'll cut years off your learning curve. You might figure this stuff out. You and I have cumulatively worked with I don't know, probably in excess of 3,500, 4,000 clients, and I guarantee you, it'd take you a lifetime as a small business owner, as a working manager to do that. Bring the passion, bring the initiative, we'll give you the plan, and at the end of the day, we'll have had some fun too, no doubt about it. People learn better when they're entertained and engaged. But you'll have the ideas that you need to grow your business.
I know those 12 landscapers that I brought to Denver a few months ago that we took through just a couple hours of this stuff. I continue to get emails and phone calls from them about what a difference that made. Even myself, Mark, sitting there, not to patronize you too much, but I've seen you speak I don't know how many times, and I've filled up a notebook full of things that I could go back to my business that following Monday and install, implement, and make money and remove stress, all those things that are bothering a small business owner right now. I know what being a small business owner is all about. I'm one right now. I wasn't, running my business and it did so well and I sold it and now I'm a consultant or whatever. I mean, I'm a practitioner. You run a highly successful idea studio. You're an entrepreneur. So I'm going to wrap this up and just tell everybody, I hope they'll come see us in Chicago. I know at the end of the day, they'll think this is a tremendous use of their time and leave with a ton of ideas to grow and make them more money. If you have any questions, call me, 1-866-GRUNDER. Be happy to answer any questions that you have. We've got a discount. I think it expires in a couple weeks here, so it's in your best interest. I mean, really, Mark, all we're talking about is taking a day, come to Chicago, nice town, spend it with two really nice guys. We've got your associate, Paul, that's going to MC. I mean, we've got a really first-class event planned. And am I missing anything, and we'll just say goodbye?
The only thing we're missing is seeing these folks in Chicago. So register today, and we look forward to seeing you there.
Thanks a lot, everyone. 1-866-GRUNDER, or visit us on the web at www.martygrunder.com or www.marksanborn.com. We'll see you in Chicago.